Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Mudiraye. Okay. Kadachit Dhyayadas Srashtur Veda Asams Chadurmugad Kadam Sraksyami Agam Lokan Samavedan Yada Pura. Kadachit Dhyayadas Srashtur Veda Asams Chadurmugad Kadam Sraksyami Agam Lokan Samavedan Yada Pura. Kadachit Dhyayadas Srashtur Veda Asams Chadurmugad Kadam Sraksyami Agam Lokan Samavedan Yada Pura. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srilaprabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Once upon a time, when Brahma was thinking of how to create the worlds, as in the past millennium, the four Vedas, which contain all varieties of knowledge, became manifested from his four mouths. Purport. As a fire can consume anything and everything without being contaminated, so by the grace of the Lord, the fire of Brahma's greatness consumed his desire for the sinful act of sex with his daughter. The Vedas are the source of all knowledge, and they were first revealed to Brahma by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, while Brahma was thinking of recreating the material world. Brahma is powerful by dint of his devotional service unto the Lord, and the Lord is always ready to forgive his devotee if by chance he falls down from the noble path of devotional service. The Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.42 confirms this as follows. Svapadamulam bhajada priyasya tyaktvaanya bhavasya haripareshaha vikarmayachotpadidam kadanjit dunodi sarvam hridisannivishtaha. Any person who is engaged 100% in the transcendental loving service of the Lord at his lotus feet, he is very dear to the personality of Godhead, Hari, and the Lord, being situated in the heart of the devotee, excuses all kinds of sins committed by chance. It was never expected that a great personality like Brahma would ever think of sex indulgence with his daughter. The example shown by Brahma only suggests that the power of material nature is so strong that it can act upon everyone. Even Brahma was saved by the mercy of the Lord with a little punishment. But by the grace of the Lord, he did not lose his prestige as the great Brahma. Oh, that's it. Okay, so very strong purport Prabhupada is giving here. Okay, Vedas, we will discuss the important points from this purport. Veda means knowledge. As per Srila Prabhupada lecture, he is saying that Veda means knowledge. So, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adigavaye Mukhyandi Yatsurayah. So, when Brahma performed intense devotional service That is also confirmed in the purport. Brahma is powerful by dint of his devotional service unto the Lord. So, what he did when Brahma is called Swayambhu. Brahma is called Swayambhu. Why? Because he was just manifested from the navel of Garbhodakasai Vishnu. And Prabhupada is writing that when Garbhodakasai Vishnu, he was lying down on Anandasesha and Lakshmi Devi is massaging his lotus feet. But without the help of Lakshmi Devi, Garbhodakasai Vishnu was able to produce Lord Brahma from the navel sprouted from the lotus sprouted from the navel of the Lord. So without the help of Lakshmi Devi, Garbhodakasai Vishnu was able to produce Lord Brahma. Normally in this material world it is not possible. That's the meaning of Baddha Jiva. But Bhagavan is independent Supreme Lord. Independent Supreme Lord. Abhigneswarat. Fully independent. So he need not depend on anybody else for his desire to be fulfilled. Right? That's the meaning of Bhagavan. But we being the conditioned souls, we are always depending on others actually. That's our status. So when Brahma was produced and the huge lotus seed, Krishna's activities are inconceivable to our material brain. Achintya. That's why it is also mentioned in the scripture that Krishna is performing Urukrama, wonderful activities. For all the conditioned souls it is wonderful. See, for us we cannot conceive with our brain how it is possible that 14 planetary systems are situated inside the stem of the lotus flower. For us it is difficult to understand. That's why it is called Achintya Gunaswarubam. Brahma is saying, Lord Brahma is glorifying Krishna like this. Achintya Gunaswarubam is beyond our understanding. That's the important point in bhakti. If we try to depend upon our material logics, we cannot understand Krishna. Pandastu kodi sadavatsara sambragam yo vayo radavi manaso muni pungavanam sopyasti yat prabhata chimni avichintya tattve govindamadi purusham tamavam bhajami. See? Manaso muni pungavana. Muni pungavana means great munis. Even if they travel in the speed of the mind, Vayo Radabhi Manaso. Right? Vayo Radabhi Manaso. Mind, actually, the mind speed, is swifter than the speed of the air. Sometimes cyclone will come. Cyclone. So government will announce that 100 miles per hour cyclone is coming. Everybody please stay inside. So it is limited only, 100 miles per hour. But mind can travel more than the speed of the air. So Vayo Radabhi Manaso Muni Pungavana. Even if the munis, even if they travel in the speed of the mind for thousands of years, Pandastu Kodi, crores of years actually, Pandastu Kodi Sadavatsara. Even if they travel crores of years in the speed of the mind, that means mental speculation. If they do mental speculation for crores of years, see, this is Brahma's deep conviction. Sopyasti yat prabhata chimni avichintya tattve. Still avichintya tattve. The tattva, the truth about Krishna, is inconceivable. So, we cannot understand Krishna with our material logics. But this material logics, it is produced by Rajas. It's produced by Rajas. Because of our long association with matter, our material faith is very strong within us. We are in the process of increasing our transcendental faith by hearing about Krishna, by singing Krishna's names, by remembering Krishna. In this way, when we do more and more and more, our transcendental faith on the Lord, it will increase. So that's the point, right? In the lotus flower, inside the stem, all 14 planetary systems are situated. For us, it is inconceivable. So that's why when we practice devotion, we should learn to depend on the holy name. We should learn to depend on Krishna, Bhakti. That is the sign of advancement. But as per Lord Kapiladeva, one can be, while doing devotional service, one can be influenced by Rajas and Tamas also. Because devotees are situated in different levels. But the mature devotee means his faith on the Lord, faith on the holy name, will be 100%. That is the perfection. Okay, so Brahma came on top of the lotus flower, Swayambhu manifested, and Brahma was actually seeing everywhere full of darkness. He didn't know, who am I? See, Brahma himself cannot understand the mysteries of the Lord. So he didn't know, who am I? From where this lotus flower is coming? So he went through the stem, tried to find out from where this lotus flower sprouted. So he went, traveled inside the lotus stem for many years. Still, he was not able to find out the origin of this lotus flower. See? Brahma, the most powerful personality, even he himself, by his efforts, he couldn't find out the origin of this lotus flower. What to speak of us insignificant jivas? How we can understand Krishna? The same Brahma is saying in the second canto of Bhagavatam, he is saying to Sri Narada Muni, the 10th canto. The 10th canto is saying that many people will say that I have understood Krishna. But Brahma is saying, as far as myself is concerned, I have not understood Krishna so far. Very humbly he is saying. Only Swayam Eva Spuratyadaha, if Krishna reveals himself. If Krishna reveals himself if he is pleased with our loving devotional service, he will reveal himself. And only we can understand Krishna little bit. So by our scholarship, by our material logics, by our talents, by our tapasya, by our brahmacharya, we cannot understand Krishna. We will fail. Again and again we will fail. So Brahma, he couldn't find out from where this lotus flower is coming. He tried for many years. He traveled inside the stem. He couldn't find out. Finally, he came and sat down on top of the lotus flower. Then Lord, the Supreme Lord, out of his causeless mercy, he spoke. So Brahma was able to hear the voice, tapaha, 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 right? Those slokas you would have read in the previous chapters. So Brahma did intense meditation on the Supreme Lord. This is the devotional service. This is his devotional service. Because Smarana is very powerful. Very powerful devotional service. In fact, our entire process we are doing now, practicing elements of bhakti, the purpose is somehow or other mind should be fixed on Krishna. Yena kena prakarena mana Krishna niveshayet. Somehow or other mind should be fixed on Krishna. That's the end result. That's the goal. Because Avanti Brahmana also is saying the 11th canto, I think previously also we had discussed this point. He is saying concentrating the mind on the Supreme is the highest form of yoga. The highest form of yoga. Fixing the mind on Krishna. So Smarana, Krishna Smarana, our Shravanam and Kirtanam is actually, when we do more and more Shravanam Kirtanam now, our Smarana will increase. Krishna Smarana will increase. That is what Krishna is also saying. Madgadena andaratmana Shraddhavan bhajate. Madgadena, in me. Andaratmana, internally. They are fixed in me, internally. With great faith, they are performing devotional service, bhajate. So, Krishna is actually approving. So, the person who has developed love for Krishna, for him, the Krishna Smarana will be always natural. For us, it is a sadhana. For us, the Krishna Smarana is a sadhana. It's interesting. The reason is, the backside, false ego is there, for all of us. The false ego is not dissolved by the Lord. But because false ego is not dissolved, false ego will contact the mind constantly, and mind will produce always worldly related thoughts. So for us, it is a sadhana. To remember Krishna using the mind. We have to do forcefully. That is why Srila Prabhupada also is saying that while chanting Hare Krishna, we should hear the sound vibration. Why he is saying? Because when we hear the sound vibration, then only our mind will be absorbed. Mind will be absorbed. Otherwise, if we don't hear the sound vibration, mind will travel everywhere. So it is not smarana. So for us now, it is again and again mind will go towards the worldly thoughts. Again and again, we have to remember Krishna using the mind. Then mind will be controlled by remembering Krishna alone. So he did this intense smarana for 100 years according to his calculation. Lord Brahma did this intense smarana, remembering Krishna. So this is the, that's why Prabhupada is writing, Brahma is powerful by dint of his devotional service. This is his devotional service. In fact, Prabhupada is saying in one lecture, 7 types of worship is there, right? Metal, stone, wood, sand, then painting, jewels, and finally mind. And Prabhupada is saying that all these types of worship, worshipping Krishna in the mind is supreme actually. So that's why, because we are not able to fix the mind, adachittam samadadum nashaknuhi mayistiram. We are not able to fix the mind steadily on Krishna. That is why actually all acharyas have given this opportunity. Okay, by worshipping the deity, at least our mind will be fixed. But somehow or other, the end result is mind should be fixed on Krishna. If our mind is not fixed on Krishna, it will give disturbance. Sure. So, the Krishna Smarana is most important. So he did this. The most powerful devotional service Brahma did, intense Smarana for 100 years, and Lord was pleased. The Supreme Lord was pleased by his devotional service. Nantene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye. Right? It is not a joke to receive transcendental knowledge directly from the Supreme Lord. He was qualified by his loving devotional service. So, right, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaya. Brahma Hridaya. So, unto the heart of Brahma. Adikavaya. Adikavaya means the original living being. Brahma is the original living being. So, unto the heart of Brahma, Krishna actually, this Vedic knowledge, the entire Vedic knowledge actually Krishna created within the heart of Brahma. Why? Because Krishna was pleased by this devotional service. That's why Brahma was qualified to receive directly from the Lord. Not that by tapasya and all. He was pleased with his intense smarana, devotional service. So Brahma Lord can be, Krishna can be pleased only by our loving devotional service. Repeatedly Prabhupada is writing in the purports, loving devotional service. That point also we discussed several times. Okay? So Brahma got this Vedic knowledge from the Lord directly. Okay? So that powerful Brahma, Prabhupada is writing here only one incident. What is the incident? Actually, Brahma, he went behind his own daughter walk. Right? Brahma has got the capacity to produce personalities simply by thinking. He was entrusted with that Srishti Shakti. Guru Maharaj actually, very long back in 1996, Guru Maharaj released one book called Cyberspace. Cyberspace. I don't know whether that book is available or not now. So that Cyberspace book, actually, it was written in the form of questions and answers. So through the internet, many devotees, they asked questions to Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj gave answers. All those things, actually, it was collected and published as Cyberspace book in 96. So in that, one question. So Guru Maharaj is answering that there are actually 7 types of Sakti-Avis avatars. 7 types of Sakti-Avis avatars. So one is actually Srishti Shakti. Srishti Shakti. So Lord Brahma was empowered with the Srishti Shakti by the Lord. That's why Brahma was able to do secondary creation, Visarga. Primary creation Krishna only did that. Secondary creation only Brahma did with the interaction of the 3 modes of material nature. So, right, so he was able to do this creation in a wonderful way because he was empowered by the Lord with the Srishti Shakti. Right, Guru Maharaj he had explained in that book, Dushta Damana Shakti, Bodharana Shakti, Srishti Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Bhakti Shakti, Palana Shakti, like this. So total 7. For each Shakti, Guru Maharaj was giving an example. For Srishti Shakti, Lord Brahma is the perfect example. He was empowered with that Srishti Shakti. Bodharana Shakti, yes, Bodharana Shakti, Ananda Sesha. And Swasevana Shakti. Swasevana Shakti is Seshanaga. Jnana Shakti, Sanat Kumaras. Sanat Kumaras are the example for Jnana Shakti. Bhakti Shakti, Narada Muni is the example. And Dushta Damana Shakti. Dushta Damana Shakti, Lord Parasuram was the example for that. And Palana Shakti, for that Prithu Maharaja was the example. So like this 7 Sakti-Avis avatars, 7 types of Sakti-Avis avatars. So Brahma was empowered with that Srishti Shakti. That's why his creation is very wonderful. mysterious for all the conditioned souls like us. Simply by his remembering, he can produce personalities from the different parts of Lord Brahma. So Brahma produced this Vak. The beautiful lady appeared from the Brahma's body. So naturally, Vak will be actually Brahma's daughter, because she was emanated from Brahma's body. So definitely she is the daughter of Lord Brahma. But Brahma went behind this beautiful daughter Vak. But Prabhupada is writing very nicely, as a fire can consume anything and everything without being contaminated. It's interesting. So by the grace of the Lord, the fire of Brahma's greatness consumed his desire for the sinful act of sex with his daughter. Yes, fire, no? It's an interesting example Prabhupada is writing here. Fire cannot be contaminated. Whatever we put inside the fire cannot be contaminated. Fire will burn everything into ashes. The same way, Brahma's greatness, the fire of Brahma's greatness, what is that actually? What is this fire of Brahma's greatness? Brahma's intense devotion towards Krishna. Intense devotion towards Krishna. That is actually the fire of Brahma's greatness. Because he did 100 years, not like our calculation. Yes, according to his calculation, he did 100 years smarana, intense smarana, meditating on the Lord. So this is the fire of Brahma's greatness, devotional service. So occasionally, even though occasionally he fell down, he was attracted to his own daughter Vak. From this we can learn many lessons. As a conditioned soul, what we can learn from this incident. But we have to see in both angles. One is, even though accidentally he fell down, because he went behind his own daughter Vak, but Brahma was situated in his intense devotion towards Krishna. So Prabhupada is writing very nicely, Krishna, he will excuse the sins of his pure devotee, because Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart as Paramatma. He will excuse the accidental sins committed by the pure devotee. This is it's mentioned here, the word is used, forgiving. So interesting. This word is interesting actually. He will forgive, excuse all kinds of sins. So, Krishna, because Krishna is having this quality called Kshamasila. Kshamasila means Krishna is expert in forgiving all the sinful activities. Krishna knows the jiva, the conditioned soul, and is prone to be affected, influenced by the material nature, unless he develops 100% love for Krishna, till he reaches the stage. Till that time actually, there is a chance that he may be allured by the illusory pleasures that Prabhupada has written in the Tattva Anukumbam Sloka, the purport. Till he develops that 100% love for Krishna, there is always a chance that he may be allured by the illusory pleasures. Actually, why it's called Maya? It's interesting actually. Maya means that which is not. So, because of the influence of Maya, the embodied souls, those who are having, the souls who are stuck inside the material body, they are thinking that the material pleasure can give happiness to me. This is called illusion. Actually, the material pleasure cannot give happiness to me, because Jiva is a spiritual entity and part and parcel of Krishna. But because of the influence of Maya, we are all repeatedly We are forced to think that the material facilities, material enjoyments can give pleasure to me. We are thinking, and we will go behind the illusory pleasure. That's why Prabhupada has written like that. It is illusory pleasure. So, up to which point we will go? We will go behind the material enjoyments. Till we develop this 100% love for Krishna, 100% devotion for Krishna, till we reach that stage, we will be dragged. Hunandite Vishaya Vidusidasayam. Mentioned very nicely in Bhagavatam. Vishaya Vidusidasayam means material enjoyment or enjoyment tendency. You can say enjoyment tendency. And Punandite means we will be purified from this enjoyment tendency when we hear Krishna Katha continuously, or when we chant Krishna's names continuously, or when we remember Krishna continuously. These three things, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Continuously it is required. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam also is saying, Tivrena Bhakti Yogena. Intense. Prabhupada is writing in the translation, one must worship the Supreme Lord by all means. Like that he has translated for the word Tivrena. One must worship the Supreme Lord by all means. Okay, so for us actually Prabhupada has given chanting 16 rounds, that is minimum. Minimum 16 rounds. And that too, attentive chanting is important. And only purification will happen. If we don't hear the sound vibration, purification will not happen. Because only if we hear the sound vibration is not different from Krishna, it will enter through the ears and purifies the heart. But if we don't hear, purification will not happen. So it is effort. It's an effort actually, every day. So Smaranam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam is important. We have to fill up our day, every day, with more Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Then proportionately will be purified. This is the meaning of Yeda Mam Prabhatyante. To what extent we are taking Grananti, we are accepting Krishna's teachings seriously in our day-to-day spiritual life. To that extent Krishna will give reward. He will show his mercy. Yes, the whole Bhagavatam is saying we have to do this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam always. That is what whole Bhagavatam is saying. But whether we accept these teachings seriously to our heart or not, it's a question mark. But Jiva has got a free will. Jiva has got a free will because within us now the material faith is very heavy, and we will be dragged again and again by by our material faiths. Then we will keep it aside, these Krishna's teachings. That's where actually problem starts, and we will be attracted towards worldly pleasures. But if anyone is taking Krishna's teachings, Grananti, very seriously and practices always, and Krishna will definitely purify that person quickly. But till we come to that practicing intense devotion, till we reach that stage, we may have some attraction towards the worldly pleasures. But still Krishna is ready to excuse the accidental fall downs. Yes, previously also we discussed that. Tyaktva sodarbam charanam bhujam hare bhajan apakkoda padettado yadi yatrakva vabatram abhut amusyakim ko varta apto abhajadam sodarmadaha. Right? Bhajan apakkoda, because of the immaturity. What is the meaning of this immaturity? That is, we are all reading that Krishna is a supreme enjoyer, but that teaching, that principle, we have not accepted. Grananti is not manifested fully in our heart. That we have not accepted that Krishna is the only enjoyer, but we are all planning. No, I can still enjoy. I can still enjoy inside the material world. In my own level I will try. So this is the flaw. This is the flaw of the jiva. Yes, we have accepted Bhakti Yoga. We have accepted Bhakti Yoga. We are chanting Hare Krishna. Simultaneously, we are actually trying to enjoy without Krishna. So that's called actually apakkoda. This is immaturity. A devotee, that is why we have to fill up our time every day with maximum Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam. Then our purification will be very fast. And the purification of what? Purification of this enjoyment tendency. Then that devotee, he will be fully convinced that I am meant for Krishna's pleasure alone. So Prabhupada is writing here, even to Brahma, this has happened. Brahma is the most powerful personality, right? He is called Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, because he is the knowledge personification of the Supreme Lord. But because he directly received Vedas, from Krishna, that Brahma also he got bewildered. It's an interesting point. That means we can cross the influence of Maya only by our intense devotion. Throughout the world, actually we are receiving news. We are receiving news because you are all very serious devotees practicing bhakti. So you must be, I'm just frankly discussing. Throughout the world we are also receiving news that devotee got allured by that particular sense enjoyment. This devotee got allured by this. We are receiving news regularly. So it's important. By possessing knowledge alone, one cannot cross these allurements. It's not possible. Because Maya has got a potency to cover our knowledge. The knowledge actually, when we read the scriptures, we are gathering only information. So interesting, in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that Sarvam jnana plavenaiva vrijinam sandarishyati, and also is saying Bhasmasat kurute tada, and also Krishna is saying in the 4th chapter Jnanakni dakta karmani, this fire of transcendental knowledge, the fire of transcendental knowledge, it will burn everything into ashes. So one Mataji, she asked this question to me. Prabhu, we are actually reading from Prabhupada's purport that only bhakti will destroy all our sinful reactions. But in the 4th chapter, Krishna is saying, Jnanakni dakta karmani, the fire of transcendental knowledge will burn all the karmic reactions. How to understand? How to explain this? She was asking this question. Interesting question. And Prabhupada has given the explanation in the later chapters of Bhagavad Gita. He is saying transcendental knowledge means it is not simply gathering information alone. It is not simply gathering information. That is information, it is not transcendental knowledge. Prabhupada is writing transcendental knowledge means he has understood, he has realized that I am Jiva and I am part and parcel of Krishna, and he is established in his loving devotional service with Krishna. That's called actually transcendental knowledge. So when we read scriptures or when we hear lectures, we are gathering information. That is, that information alone, it will not save us from the allurements. That is why we are seeing all over the world. Several devotees have read the whole scripture, suddenly they will fall down. They will get attracted to some sensual pleasures. Why? The knowledge cannot protect us. Because Maya has got the potency to cover our knowledge. That is only information. It's information only. It is like in the outside world, we are gathering information by studying that degree, this degree. We are gathering information alone. In the same way we are gathering information. That information cannot protect us. But if we practice those information, that is where actually Grananti is coming. So I should believe these teachings by the Lord. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, Krishna is giving beautiful teachings now. Those teachings I should believe first. Only if I believe, then only I can do abhideya more. I can do practice. So before doing practice, this faith should be manifested. Then only we can do practice. Right? So that my homework is I have to increase my abhideya more and more. Then, what is meant by transcendental knowledge? Interesting. When we do this abhideya as per this samadha jnana information, we are not doing abhideya whimsically. We are practicing as per the direction of the scriptures. So when we do this abhideya, no, Krishna is watching us, Paramatma, he'll be pleased. Very good, very good. This particular jiva is having faith on my teachings. So, see, when Krishna will understand that we are having so much faith on Krishna's teaching, how he will understand? Only when we do abhideya, only when we do practice, Krishna will understand, yes, this person is really serious, he is having faith on my teachings and he is practicing vigorously in his life. Then Paramatma will be pleased. Then he will give the realization. That's called, several places it is confirmed. Mattas Mridar Jnanam Abohanam Cha. From me, jnana will come. So this jnana is not simply information. This is realized knowledge from the Lord, from Paramatma, one is receiving. And also Krishna is confirming that Dadami Buddhiyogam. This is called realized knowledge. This realized knowledge, it will come from Paramatma when he is pleased with our practice. Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam. So, right? So, then we are receiving that realization from the Lord, no? From Paramatma. Mataspuridhi Jnanam. That is called transcendental knowledge, actually. That is called transcendental knowledge. It is not simply gathering information. That's why transcendental knowledge is the last stage. That's why Prabhupada is saying there is no difference between transcendental knowledge and performing loving devotional service. Both are same. That's why Prabhupada is writing transcendental knowledge means, in some other Prabhupada he has written, yes, one should be convinced that I am a jiva and I am part and parcel of Krishna, and he is established in his loving devotional service with Krishna, towards Krishna. That's called transcendental knowledge as per Srila Prabhupada's purports. So it is not different from Bhakti Yoga. It is not simply Jnana Yoga. Right? Nicely we should understand. Transcendental, when we use this word transcendental, it's important. Transcendental means it is not part of the matter. It is not belonging to the matter. But when we gather information, no, that is, we are gathering information through material intelligence. Through material intelligence we are gathering information. That is material only. It cannot be transcendental. So when we say transcendental knowledge, that means actually it should come from the Lord. Then only it is called transcendental knowledge. Actually, personally one should receive from Paramatma. And Paramatma should be pleased with our practice, with our devotional service. Then if he reveals that, no, from the Lord is directly coming. So that's why it's called transcendental knowledge. It's not simply gathering information. So that transcendental knowledge, if anyone receives from the Lord, it will burn all our reactions. That's sure. If that sloka, if we say that only gathering information alone is transcendental knowledge, if we say like that, then as per the sloka, all our karmic reactions should be burnt. All our anarthas should be burnt. But for us it has not happened. Yes, we have also gathered varieties of information for so many years, 20 years, 30 years. We have gathered varieties of information from Prabhupada's books. But for us, anarthas are not removed clearly, fully. Why? That means it is transcendental knowledge. It's not simply gathering information. So, this is an important point. So, Prabhupada is saying here, we should learn that our association with matter, no, it is from crores of janmas, it's going on. So for us, no, within us, the material faith is very heavy. We will believe easily the material world. I was saying in one class, we all have relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna is our father and mother. Yes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita. Krishna is our father and mother. But for us, it is only it's a vague, it is in the corner only, this information.
We will not believe. We will not believe Krishna is my father and mother because my material faith is very strong. I will believe he is my father and mother. The material world. The material world, he is my father and mother. He is my father, he is my sister, like that. But actually, Krishna is the permanent father and mother for all the jivas. But that faith is not manifested within us. Then only when that faith is manifested, no, then Abhideya will come. Abhideya will come. So it's a mystery, it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle actually. Yes, Krishna is my father and mother, is my supreme father and mother, most powerful, omnipotent, supreme Lord. Then why I have to worry? Why I have to worry so much in the material world? When I undergo some challenges, difficulties, reversals, situations, why I have to worry so much? My father and mother is most powerful, omnipotent, but still I am worrying. Everybody is worrying when we face difficult situations, challenges, because my faith on this particular teaching, that Pitagamasya Jagado Mada Tada Pitamaka, that teaching, no, I don't have that faith. The transcendental faith is not manifested. That's why, okay, so why I am discussing this point, no, very easily, because our material faith is very strong, no, very easily will be carried away by the material nature, by all these allurements. So that's why we have to do this intense smarana. That is our sadhana. That's our sadhana. When we remember Krishna always, then actually His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj very nicely is explaining in this connection. With that I will complete now. He was saying he was giving one class on Vijayadashmi day. Vijayadashmi we all know, right? Lord Ramachandra's Vijayotsava. Right? Lord Ramachandra killed Ravana. Okay, and from that pastime, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj is explaining very nicely, deep realization is sharing. I am just repeating that. So Ravana, he was the lust personification. He abducted Mother Sita from the Supreme Lord, Rama, right? He was so much fully surcharged with lust personification. And Ravana's life, from the Ravana's life we are learning that 33 crore demigods, they were afraid of Ravana. They will not come in front of Ravana. All demigods, they will hide behind the clouds. They are afraid to come in front of Ravana, because Ravana was very powerful. He defeated the whole 3 planetary systems with his power. Right? The same way, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj is saying that lust is very powerful. Lust is very powerful. The 3 planetary systems, one cannot conquer lust by any other methods. So it is exactly like 33 crore demigods, they couldn't defeat Ravana. The same way, because Ravana is a lust personification, no. The same way, lust cannot be conquered by anyone in the 3 worlds by any other method. What is the method? That we will discuss. So finally, Lord Rama, he was fighting with Ravana. What he did? He was releasing ordinary arrows. Lord Rama, he was releasing ordinary arrows. So by releasing one arrow, he chopped one head of Ravana, and immediately 2 heads manifested. Again, Lord Rama released some ordinary arrows, and he chopped one head from one head of Ravana, then another 2 heads, 3 heads manifested. This was going on. So, Lord Rama is teaching all of us. Yes, if anyone, the so-called transcendentalists like yogis, jnanis, Ashtanga yogis, jnanis, they will try to conquer this lust by various other methods, performing pranayama, performing asana, or by doing neti process. Jnana yogis, they will do this. I am different from this. I am a jiva, I am different from this. Always they will do this neti. And the Ashtanga yogis, they will do this pratyahara, withdrawing the senses from the sense objects. In pranayama, they will do asana. Yes, with all these methods. Yes, there is a sloka. Naikantikam tat krite viniskrute mana punar davadi chet asatpade tat karma nirharam avipsadam harer gunanuvada kalusatva bhavana. Beautiful sloka. Ikantikam. Ikantikam means one-pointed. Na ikantikam means mind cannot be one-pointed. Tat dikritepi niskrute. Even if we perform all the rituals mentioned in the Vedas, ritualistic ceremonies, even if we perform all the ritualistic ceremonies perfectly, krite api, very perfectly, even if we do, still mind will not be one-pointed. Mana punar davadi chet asatpade. Mind will run again towards sense enjoyment. Even after performing elaborate rituals mentioned in the Varnashrama. So, that means all the rituals mentioned in the Varnashrama, that also cannot purify our lustful tendency. If Jnana Yogi, they will also fail. Lord Rama is teaching. By releasing ordinary arrows, he chopped one head and two more heads are manifesting. The same way, these yogis, Ashtanga yogi, Jnana yogi, are this Karmakanda rituals, one who is doing now. All these people, with great difficulty, they will try to control lust, but it will be suppressed for some time. Again, with great power, lust will come out. With great power, with tremendous force, lust will come out, and they will fail. They will fail. It is exactly like one head is chopped by Lord Rama, then two more heads are manifesting. The same way, by doing pranayama, asana and all, okay, to some extent they will be able to keep the lust in a calm state, but when the lust is lurking always lurking inside the heart, waiting for the right opportunity, and Maya is expert. She will create expert situations. She will create that type of situation, and when that situation comes, that's all, we will fail. Lust will come with redoubled strength, and we will fail. So Lord Rama is teaching. Finally, Lord Rama released his personal weapon. His personal weapon, Ramabana. He released his Ramabana, personal weapon. When he released Ramabana, immediately Ravana was killed. It went and hit straight to the chest of Ravana, and Ravana was killed. So in the same way, conditioned souls, being a conditioned soul, we are all having lust. Ravana is sitting inside the heart. Mr. Lust is sitting. So, if we want to conquer lust, we have to adopt this process. And beautifully is saying, His Holiness Adhana Swami Maharaj, by remembering Lord Ram, by remembering Krishna, the lust can be controlled and purified. He is saying very clearly, in 2005 he gave this lecture. By remembering Lord Rama and Krishna, when we remember Krishna and Rama, actually that remembrance is non-different from Krishna. Right? When we remember Krishna, immediately that remembrance is non-different from Krishna. That's called absolute. That's the meaning of absolute truth. The Krishna will appear through our remembrance in our consciousness. Then he will destroy this lust. He will fight. So we have to call Rama and Krishna. Please kill this Ravana, Mr. Lust, who is torturing me in the heart. So that is why we have to remember this Krishna Smarana constantly. Intense Smarana is required. That's the sadhana. That's the sadhana. We are thinking sadhana means only externally, hands and legs. But Prabhupada, no, actually, He gave sadhana to all of us. We have to do all the sadhana involving the mind. Without involving the mind, if we do the sadhana, then it is not, Prabhupada never recommended like that. Prabhupada never told that you can do chanting Hare Krishna without hearing the sound vibration. He never told like that. And while doing deity worship also, we have to involve our mind. As Lord is here inside the deity, I have to worship Him with great respect, with great affection. So everywhere, this mind has to be involved. But Maya will play tricks. Everything we will do without involving the mind. Then purification will not happen. Then they will complain. I am chanting for so many years, but still lust is not going away. Still lust is disturbing me. They will say, the reason is, it is because of lack of absorption. His Holiness Sachinandana Swami Maharaj is saying this point. Very beautifully saying, Srila Prabhupada has given for all of us beautiful spiritual practice. Correct or not, right? Getting up early in the morning, chanting Hare Krishna, 16 rounds. For all of us, he has given spiritual practice. Still, why there are many unhappy devotees in iskcon? He is asking this question, very basic question. Yes, still a lot of unhappy devotees are also there. The reason is, it is because of lack of absorption. Whatever service we are doing, if we engage our mind, then purification will happen, the nectar will go inside. His Holiness Sachinandana Swami Maharaj very nicely saying, if our mind is not absorbed while doing devotional service, then nectar will not penetrate inside. It will, like a hard shell, it will be blocked. Like a coconut shell, no, like it will be blocked. So much nectar is there in the holy name. All big acharyas, Srila Rupa Goswami saying that the two syllables Krishna, if I chant, I want thousands of tongues to taste the nectar from these sound vibrations. It is his deep realization. That much nectar is there in the holy name. But for us actually, because if we do this mechanical practice, not involving the mind, then actually the nectar will not go. Mind itself will block it. Our mind, our own mind, by engaging in various other thoughts, it will not go inside. The nectar will not go. So if nectar, the transcendental nectar from the holy name, if it is not going inside, how you will get purification? So absorption, it is simply because of lack of absorption, purification is not happening. So that's why this smarana is the most important element in our practice. So when we call Krishna and Rama by remembering him, by remembering them, then they will come. We have to call intensely, Krishna, Rama, I cannot conquer this lust. Very difficult. Is Ravana. It's like a Ravana. I cannot conquer this lust. Please come and destroy this lust. We have to call by chanting their names with intense feelings, continuously. Prabhupada is writing in one letter, when material desires come out, go on chanting. Prabhupada has written like this. When material desires come out, go on chanting. Is written. Yeah, this is the solution. But the chanting should be with attentive hearing. That is what Prabhupada recommended. It is not simply mechanical chanting. Then it will work. Krishna wants our absorption. Then we will be purified quickly from all these anarthas by the Lord's mercy. So Krishna is actually teaching all of us how much powerful my material nature. Yes, Krishna has already mentioned Mama Maya Duratyaya, but again Krishna is teaching all of us through this example by using Lord Brahma. Yes, this powerful Lord Brahma, even he himself got attracted to his own daughter. You please learn from these instances. Krishna is teaching all of us. So we have to be afraid of Maya. Because of fear of Maya, we have to increase our bhakti. That's the point. No need simply getting afraid of Maya. No. We have to do both. We have to be afraid of Maya. Another side, we have to increase our bhakti. Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam more and more. Yes, I cannot cross Maya. Maya Bahurupa Rupitam. Bahurupa Rupitam. She will take any number of forms. Maya has got that capacity, empowerment by the Lord. She can take any number of forms and she will bewilder the conditioned souls. So, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, I am afraid of your Maya. I am not afraid of your ferocious form, oh my Lord Nrsimhadev. I am not afraid of your form. But I am afraid of your Maya. Because she will take any number of forms. She will bewilder me. So he is the authority for devotion, Prahlad Maharaj. He himself is saying. And what to speak of us? Every day we have to be afraid of Maya and simultaneously increase our bhakti. Because otherwise I will patak, something will come, some situation will come, then I will collapse. Okay? So this is the lesson we are learning from this incident. I will stop here. Any question? Anybody is having? Harekrishna, bro. Harekrishna. Yes. Okay, as I am listening to your divineness, I am made to feel that unless I totally surrender to Guru, like a baby to mother, I cannot attract Guru. Lord, mercy and love, which alone will help me manifest pure devotion to Lord in His creation. Your guidance requested. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Hare Krishna, Pranam. Yes, actually, the surrender, no? What Guru is saying, what actually a bona fide Guru will say, please do this Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam. That's what he will say. Always remember Krishna. See, if we are surrendered to Guru, we have to follow Guru's instructions. That's the meaning of surrendering to Guru. First, I have to accept Guru's teachings to my heart. I should believe Guru's teachings and I should practice. That's the meaning of surrendering to Guru. So, what a bona fide Guru will say? Prabhupada is writing in one letter. Krishna is saying, surrender unto me. And Prabhupada is writing, actually, I am saying, you please surrender to Krishna. Is there any difference? He is saying. Is there any difference? There is no difference. A Guru, a bona fide Guru will say, yes, how to surrender to Krishna? How to surrender to Krishna? By all these process, Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam. By these process only. Surrender is a very highest level. Previously also we discussed. Surrender means actually having no interest separate from the interest of the Lord. As per Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's 6 principles of surrender. One principle is having no interest separate from the interest of the Lord. What is the meaning of this? That is, what Krishna wants from all of us. Krishna wants all of us to develop love for Him. That is Krishna's desire. So I should not have any desire apart from this Krishna's desire. Krishna wants me to develop devotion or love for the Lord. That is what Krishna wants. So having no interest separate from the interest of the Lord means I should not have any desire apart from pleasing Krishna, apart from developing devotion to Krishna. But I am having many desires. So the surrender principle is defeated. If I have any other desire apart from developing devotion to Krishna, that means surrender principle is defeated. That is why Guru is coming. This is the way to surrender. He is teaching these processes. Continuously do Shravanam Kirtanam Smaranam. Engage in loving devotional service. Through these processes, our faith on the Lord, it will be increasing more and more and more. And our enjoyment tendency will be purified. And the fifth principle is having no interest separate from the interest of the Lord. That principle we will be able to fulfill it over a period of time. by following this process. Surrender, suddenly it cannot manifest, because within us the material faith is very heavy. We will believe the material world alone now. We will not believe that yes, I have relationship with Krishna. By serving Krishna, I can be happy, I can derive bliss. That teachings also are available in Prabhupada's purports. But as a conditioned soul, I will believe that happiness through matter only would give pleasure to me. Like that we will believe. Even though I read Prabhupada's purports. That's why I am saying the material faith within us now is very heavy, because it is accumulated from crores of janmas. So we have to increase proportionately our spiritual practice. When we increase our spiritual practice more and more and more, our spiritual faith will be increasing. Based on the faiths, actually activities are coming. See, in this material world, we are all doing activities based on the faiths. Based on the faiths only, alone. If we have strong faith on Krishna, then we will do those type of spiritual activities. Shravanam Kirtanam continuously we will be doing. If we have material faith strongly, that means we will do material activities. But when the Rajas and Tamas, when it influences us now, we will have material faith. Material faith only will be created more and more. Then that type of activity only we do. Okay, Prabhu? So surrender, yes, surrender to Guru's teachings. Surrender to Guru means surrender to Guru's teachings, accepting Guru's teachings and practicing it vigorously. Then we can reach to surrender to Krishna also. That stage we will reach. Okay, Prabhu? Right? Actually, that's why Krishna is demanding. It's an interesting sloka. Mamchayo avyavicharena bhakti yogena sevade sagunavan savadityedan brahma bhuyaya kalpade. Right? Krishna is saying one can cross the influence of the three modes when he can cross. Avyavicharena bhakti yogena. Now Prabhupada is translating very nicely. Unfailing in all circumstances. Like you said, failing. We are all failing. Failing in what? Failing in our relationship with Krishna. We are forgetting that Krishna is my father and mother. We will forget and we will have affinity towards material affairs, worldly affairs. This is the meaning of failing. So Krishna is saying unfailing in all circumstances. That state of bhakti we should reach. Then only one can cross the influence of the modes. Yes, whatever dangerous situation comes in our material life, still he will depend on Krishna alone. For us now, our faith is, when we have disease, our faith is on the doctor. Our faith is on the medicine. That's the meaning of material faith. But actually Krishna is the biggest doctor. In Vishnu Sahasranama, Bhishma Dev is saying, Aushadam Jannavi Toyam, Vaidyo Narayano Hari. Medicine is Ganga water. And Vaidya, who is a Vaidya? Vaidyo Narayano Hari. Krishna is the Vaidya. Bhishma Dev's strong realization. For us, the material faith is strong. When we have disease, easily we will depend on a doctor. Yes, by going to the doctor, by taking treatments, medicine, I will be all right. So what Krishna is doing now? Okay, you are having material faiths, right? Through the material faiths, I am only curing that disease, but through the medicine I will cure. Because you have faith on the material, you have material faith, you have belief on doctor. So we have to be freed from all these low class faiths, and we should invest fully on Krishna, our faith. That is the meaning of surrender. That is one of the principles of surrender. believing firmly in the Lord's protection. That is one of the principles of surrender as per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, Prabhu? Right, Prabhu. We'll stop here. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you.